This is Caribbean in 10 for Tuesday, July 10. The Bahamas says no to the CSME and Kemar Roach dropped for the second test against Bangladesh in Jamaica. I'm Ricardo Robertson. This is Caribbean in 10. I'll be back with the details after the break. The Bahamas will not sign onto the CARICOM Single Market and Economy, the CSME, despite increased pressure from regional heads. Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis gave the assurance to citizens of the Caribbean nation upon his return from the CARICOM Heads of Government meeting held in Jamaica last week. He said the country did not move to adopt the Protocol on Contingent Rights, which provides a framework for the free movement of skilled laborers and their families between member states. The Prime Minister stated clearly that the Bahamas would not allow free movement of people within its boundaries. He says Bahamas has its own rules and laws that it will continue to apply. A review of CSME's operation and a bid to accelerate its full implementation among CARICOM member states was one of the key issues addressed at the 39th CARICOM Heads of Government Conference. Now, according to reports in the Bahamas media, Dr. Minnis told regional heads that his country is plagued by migration from Haiti, and the free movement of people under the CSME could pose great threats to the security and employment of the Bahamian people. Presently, 12 of the 15 full members of CARICOM are also full members of the CSME. The Bahamas is the only full member that has not joined the CSME, even Haiti is a partial participant, and Montserrat, a British overseas territory, is a signatory. The principal of the University of the West Indies Cave Hill campus is proposing that Barbados establish its own law school. Professor Eudine Barreto put forward the proposal during a courtesy call with Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs Dale Marshall yesterday, saying that she wanted Barbados to be seen as a hub for education in the region. Barreto suggested that the law school could cater not only to Barbados, but students from across the region and as far as England. The Cave Hill campus principal asked Marshall to consider her proposal seriously and said she would also raise it with Minister of Education, Technological and Vocational Training Santia Bradshaw and Prime Minister Mia Mottley. The Attorney General said there were a number of issues to be considered in Barreto's proposal, but he also wants to hear the opinion of the Council of Legal Education on the matter. U.S. oil and gas giant ExxonMobil has assured that all systems are in place to prevent an oil spill off Guyana, but the company says it is prepared to handle one if it does not occur. Now, questions have been raised about the country's state of preparedness for such an accident. Now, in light of the recent oil spill in neighboring Trinidad and Tobago, the Twin Islands Republic is seeking foreign assistance to stem hydrocarbons spewing from a ruptured well in the Gulf of Paria. ExxonMobil's country manager Rod Henson says the possibility of an oil spill in Guyana is very low, and the company is focused on prevention and has been doing everything possible to avoid any spills where it operates. He also told stakeholders at an Environmental Protection Agency's meeting yesterday that ExxonMobil has procedures and processes in place to deal with any emergency response. Transportation Security Administration officers at Miami International Airport stopped a woman heading to Barbados who tried to sneak a python on a plane on Sunday. TSA agents say the reptile was artfully concealed inside the electronics of a hard drive in a bag checked in for the flight to Grantley Adams International Airport. A TSA officer had seen an organic mass when the bag was screened, and when one of the agency's bomb experts was called into the baggage screen room to investigate the innards of the hard drive, he discovered a mass was a live snake. Now, officials said that while the snake was obviously not an imminent threat or terrorist threat to the traveling public, the interception did prevent a possible wildlife threat on an aircraft. Animals of many species have been known to escape and chew through wires with fatal results. The United States Fish and Wildlife Services was notified of the discovery and took the young ball python and fined the unnamed passenger. Stay with us, your Midday Sport is next.
This hurricane tip comes to you compliments the Caribbean Disaster Emergency Management Agency and the Caribbean Media Corporation. Be prepared. Bring in indoor objects such as lawn furniture, toys, garden tools, and anchor objects that cannot be brought inside.
The book does the sort of amazing thing of both being really defiant and kind of optimistic. Which are you? Down in the dumps or excited?
I am excited, and I think I needed to be in order to write the book, you know, and I wasn't through the whole process of writing. It took 5 years. In the first couple of years, you know, I almost didn't know who I was writing the book for.
Fast bowler Kemar Roach will miss the second test between West Indies and Bangladesh, which starts at Sabina Park in Jamaica on Thursday. Roach has been ordered to rest after sustaining a hamstring strain during the first innings of the test in Antigua that the Windies won by an innings and 219 runs. Now, in that opening test, he picked up a magnificent figures of 5 for 8 inside the first hour of the contest, leading him being adjudged man of the match. Now, replacing him will be young fast bowler Azari Joseph. The 21-year-old was forced out of the tour of New Zealand with stress fracture of the back and had been undergoing rehabilitation ever since. Joseph has played 6 tests and 14 one-day internationals, but has not played for the Windies since last September's one-day tour of England. The second test bowls off on July 12 at 10 a.m. Eastern Time and 11 a.m. Eastern Caribbean Time. And Trinidad and Tobago opening batsman Evan Lewis dropped 2 spots but still remained the highest-ranked West Indian cricketer, while Samuel Badri maintained his rank when the ICC released its latest T20I player rankings yesterday. Now, Lewis slipped from number 5 to number 7, but still remains the only Windies player in the top 20, having accumulated 753 points. He's only 8 points behind Australian Glenn Maxwell with 761, who dropped 3 spots to 6th. Maxwell's teammate Aaron Finch currently sits atop the rankings with 900 points, becoming the first player in T20 history to break the 900-point mark. The West Indies have 2 players among the top 20 bowlers, thanks to Trinidad and Tobago's spin duo of Badri, who holds on to his number 5 ranking with 674, and Sunil Narayan, who slipped 1 place, ranked 18th on 587 points. That's Caribbean in 10. Good afternoon.